I really, I can't believe this. Hello internet, my name's Catherine, and first I just have to say thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers. I really, I can't believe this. I hit 1,000 subscribers yesterday. I told my mom, I told everybody who follows me on any social media platform, I told my friends. One of my friends actually got me donuts that spelled out like 1,000, like he got like one of those long donuts and 3 circle donuts. That's a crazy milestone that I honestly was never sure I was going to hit. Like I didn't start YouTube thinking I'm gonna get big, and like obviously this isn't big, but you know, like I never thought I'd really have a whole lot of subscribers. So to be able to say that like 1,000 people like my videos enough to subscribe, that's just crazy. So just thank you guys so much for that. 1,000 down, and I can't wait for many thousand more to come. I'm just so excited. But today I am going to be talking to you guys about being religious in college. I am a Christian. I've talked about it a couple of times, and before I get into this video, I just want to preface that I am never trying to force my religion or any religion onto anybody else. I am never trying to seem like I am better than anybody because I'm religious. I think that our differences and the way that we vary as people is part of what makes us such a beautiful and dynamic society and culture, and I would never want to make anybody feel less than or anything because they don't practice or because they don't practice the same religion as me. None of that is important. This is just me wanting to talk about something that is important to me, which is my religion. I have been religious since I was raised. I was raised religious in a Christian household. My family is very accepting of whether or not you want to be religious, what religion you want to practice. It's all very open, so I have chose this path for myself after being exposed to a couple different options. Christianity was the one that I connected with and I felt a really strong connection with. And being religious and being religious in college are two very different things. Nobody is religious in college. I think that's just more popular now than ever, is that a lot of people just aren't religious. I think that a lot of people are raised Catholic and then become atheist, or are just raised religious and, you know, stop practicing, or just have been raised not religious. And that's totally 100% fine. All of like my best friends aren't religious, which is really funny, but I am. I happen to be religious, and it makes me a minority, which is weird. Where I grew up and where I went to high school, being religious was the majority. The majority of us were religious, and the majority of us were some form of Christian. Here, I am one of the very few practicing religious people that I've met so far, and one of the fewer Christians that I've met so far. And it's a weird thing because I've never considered myself to be very religious. I'm very low-key about my religion. I enjoy going to church. I enjoy the moral practices of it. I enjoy having this connection that I feel with God, but I have never been the type of person who's like, I have to do this and I have to do that and I trust this and this and this. I have always been a very laid-back, casual Christian, and I'm accepting of everybody. My religion, to me, my God loves everyone. Doesn't matter your sexual orientation, your gender, your race, your economic standing, whatever it is, in my eyes, my God loves everybody. So that is the type of Christian that I am. All Christianity is different, but the way that I see it overall is that Christianity is supposed to be about love. Religion, at least from what my experience is supposed to be about love and acceptance and having this connection. And to me, you can't have that if you're discriminating against people. But recently, it's been hard to be religious in college. Not difficult to be a religious person, but difficult to be thoroughly practicing my religion. I am busy all the time. I am go busy. I go to a relatively difficult school, and I will make excuses for myself that, you know, I don't have time to pray, I don't have time to go to church, I don't have time to reflect, and it's just not true because I have time to film and edit YouTube videos, I have time to go to class, I have time to participate in my clubs, and I have time to watch YouTube. So somewhere along those lines I have time. to practice my faith in my religion. And I'm just going to share some ways that I've found to do that, some tips that I can help you in college with how to be religious in college, and yeah, it's just what I wanted to talk about today. First things first, if you are religious, you don't need to feel weird about it. I've felt so weird about it recently. Like, I have to like clarify, like, I'm not a crazy Christian, or like, you know, like I have to like say something to like, you know, verify my faith or whatever. And you don't have to do that. You never have to explain yourself to people. Just how they don't have to explain themselves for not being religious, you don't have to explain yourself for being religious, regardless of what your religion is. So I find myself, you know, saying, you know, I'm Christian, but like I'm really low-key about it, or like this thing, and it's true, I am, but I felt like I was having to do that, which I shouldn't have to do. There's no reason to be embarrassed or I don't know, reserved about your religion just because you're a minority in this case. I've also never been a minority before in my life. This is not an oppressive minority by any means. I'm not dealing with any repercussions of being a minority. I don't feel oppressed or scared for being a minority. It's just a new experience for me, which is very interesting, and I actually appreciate the experience a lot, to be able to take a step back and be a minority. I know I keep saying that, but it's just it's an interesting thing for me, and it's been a really cool experience, honestly. It's kind of opened my eyes to different situations. So yeah, don't feel like you have to explain yourself or like you have to justify it. You are who you are. If you practice a religion, then that is great and wonderful and fantastic, and you do not have to feel bad about it at all. And if you don't practice a religion, that's completely okay too. There's no right or wrong answer here. It's just whatever feels best for you. So don't be embarrassed or ashamed about that. And make time and find a service or whatever it is, or whatever you want to make time for, to practice. This doesn't have to mean going to church or temple every week. This, you know, I just went to church. I've been here for a month for the first time last week, and I loved this church that I found. One of my friends recommended it to me, and I loved it. Very accepting, very much so the type of church environment that I am looking for. Very low-key, very everybody is loved, and it's in a beautiful building, gorgeous stained glass, which obviously like isn't important, but it just makes the whole experience so lovely for me. It's been a really nice thing that I've just done once, but I'm hoping to continue to do it. But if that's something that, you know, you are too busy to do, which, you know, in my opinion, we are only too busy for things that we think we're too busy for. It's just about prioritizing and how you prioritize different things, and that's completely okay. If you are too busy and putting other things first, that's okay. If you want to practice, practice, and you can practice in your own way. My father and I used to say prayers every single night before going to sleep over the phone. Now we probably do it about once a week because I'm in college and I just do not always have time to be calling him, or when I do have time, it's like 1:30 in the morning and I'm like, I really need to be getting to bed. Different things like that, but I take time to be mindful and just appreciate what I have. I take time to breathe and relax and just do silent prayer. And thank God for the life that He's given me and the opportunities that I have. And I find times I'll read Bible verses when I'm feeling unmotivated and I just want, you know, some inspiration. Let me pull up one of my favorite quotes for you. It is, it's just so good. Okay, I finally found this verse. It's, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Isaiah 41:10. That is my favorite verse. I love that. Something about that just relaxes my whole body and calms my whole being. And even if you just find one verse that you love, keep that with you, because it just helps so much, at least with my experience. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about the fact that it's okay to be religious in college. It's okay to explore your religion in college and always. It's okay to, you know, not go to church all the time or to go to church every single week. Life is so beautiful and different and changing, and college is such a great time to get to explore different aspects about yourself. And I have recently tried to revamp my religion. I've mentioned that in my summer bucket list video, that I wanted to be more in depth with my faith, and I wanted to explore that more, and that's not something that I should ever be ashamed of or afraid to mention or anything like that. And that was my video. I know it catered to a super specific audience and you might not relate to this video. It's totally okay. The beautiful thing about YouTube is that I can make videos for myself and the 1,000 others of you that are out there. But yeah, leave your comments down below if you have any questions, if you have any tips on how to practice, or why you practice, or why you don't practice. Whatever you want to talk about, let's have a conversation. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe down below. I make new videos every single Saturday and I would love to have you. Hope you guys have a great day and I love you so much. Bye!